Hey everyone, it's Teddy, aka JamesKisau on MTGO, coming back for another Friday main series Grixis Control League. Last week we tried out Fatal Push in the main board, and it did pretty darn well, just like all the other experiments before. I'm starting to wonder if the 60th or 75th card even matters that much. Does it really matter what that card is if it's not entirely embarrassing and contributing to the overall game plan? So this week I'm back on Murktide Regent. It just felt right for some reason. I can't put my finger on it, but this was the card that led to the initial solve, I think, in the Bowmasters build, which was a long time ago, like before MXP San Francisco, over a year ago. So I think it's a combination of nostalgia and gut feeling that makes me want to go back on Murktide Regent this week. I've also kind of been floating between 2 Price of Progress, 2 Meltdown, 1 Price of Progress, 1 Meltdown. Or no, it's usually 2 Price and 1 Meltdown or vice versa. And this week, I think I'd rather be on 1 Price and 2 Meltdown. I think that decision largely comes down to playstyle and personal choice. But it feels like for the matchups you want Meltdown, you really do want it. And having 2 copies of it makes finding your outs a lot more feasible and likely. The difference between 2 and 1 is pretty vast, I've found. And even the difference between 2 and 3 is pretty big too, I've noticed. We don't really have any 3-ofs right now, but for a while I was on 3 Baleful Strix and it felt pretty good. I guess Thoughtseize is technically a 3-of when the sideboard copy is brought in. And that's about it for the list. No huge updates. It's been going pretty well recently. As for Grixis Control news around the web, I saw Tom Jab, legacy player extraordinaire, usually at the top of the leaderboard with trophies, trophied with Grixis Control. So hats off to Tom Jab. It's getting picked up by some other high profile players. So that's really cool to see. And I wish everyone who picks up the deck the best luck and the best running. And hopefully it goes well for us today too. I think I'm just going to jump into the league. There's really not much to report on the Road to Eternal weekend here. We're just trying to figure out what's the best situation. I am glad I was able to showcase a lot of matches against Blue Black Reanimator recently, because I think that will be a very important matchup for the big tournament. So yeah, the normal stuff, like, comment, subscribe. We're almost at 2K. I think we can do it. Check out the Patreon if you want additional content every week. And yeah, let's jump in. Okay, finally getting a chance to start this league. And the hand's kind of sketchy. We're on the draw. I can Thoughtseize and Brainstorm with this hand off the bat. My opponent, okay, passed through their first main, keeping me on my toes. That seems like a safer first turn play. King Scalding Tarn, I think it's fine. Then we'll see if Lightning Bolt is good. I mean, I'll probably end up drawing it anyways, like I don't have too many options here. Double Thoughtseize might be appropriate depending on what they do. Seems like show and tell. Holy shit. Looks like I should have done the other thing. Okay. Hopefully they just put an Emrakul and I can Edict. What does that mean? There's no other land on the horizon. I guess I'll put in Baleful Strix. Oh, it's Atraxa. That's bad. And they hit Show and Tell, Emrakul, and Force of Will. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this one. I should have Thoughtseized. Scalding Tarn just as often means Wasteland as it does Show and Tell. And it's really not impossible for them to have some backup. Like, it wouldn't have been that weird. Played out a couple Lotus Petals. Alright. Thoughtseize you. Force Pitch Show and Tell. Alright, I guess I'll Thoughtseize again. Hopefully dodge Daze. We do. Pentad Prism's interesting. Yeah, I'll take Sneak Attack, clearly. And then try and dig out of this. Brainstorm. Not good for me. They could be looking at a lot of cool stuff right now, but it seems like maybe they weren't. They're not willing to attack either. Do I hit a land? I do. Well, I'm willing to attack. Let's get Kaito in there. And then tap down this Atraxa. Yeah. They'll probably Surveil. I need to dodge quite a bit here. Oh. Do they have a Surveil land? They have another Ancient Tomb. They're pretty close to casting Emrakul, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the prism. Maybe not. Maybe they're not close at all. Getting pretty lucky here. Bowmasters. Okay, cast Brainstorm. Put back 2 of the Bowmasters. Island Cycle for Volcanic Island. Play it. I'll probably need to Edict next turn. Just looking for a Force of Will in the meantime. Brazen Borrower. Doesn't seem quite right. If I play Bowmasters, I can have lethal next turn. Jeez, I just can't get enough of these Bowmasters. I just want some kind of recourse for Show and Tell Emrakul. I'm gonna Ponder. There we go. I knew it was coming. And might still not be enough, to be fair. They're activating Scalding Tarn. I don't think they have the Pentad Prism anymore. I think they shuffled it away. I think they have the Emrakul. Are they casting Omniscience? Oh, they're hard casting Atraxa. Alright, I'll try and Force. It works. So if attacking and Bolt does not work, I could Edict and reanimate Atraxa. That's something I could do. But I think this will work. It usually does. Very cool. Oh, we got very lucky. But I mean, you know, it says something that the deck can withstand situations like that. Not every deck can, because they did get a lot of cards. Okay, bring in Consign, Thoughtseize, Surgical, Red Blast. Cling to Dust is not very impactful. I've seen everything from Harbinger to Magus of the Moon, which are 2 very similar creatures, but cutting any basic does not seem right. So I guess it would be Badlands at that point, since fetch lands can help you insulate against moon effects. And Baraglyph is not a bad thing to put in on Show and Tell either. If you get in a situation like we did last game, they often don't really want to block, but sometimes they feel like they have to. I think this configuration is good. Like, obviously some cards like Biffle Strix aren't super exciting, but it definitely won us the game that time. Along with Kaito. Yeah, this hand's great. We're a little soft to sneak attack, but even then we have some recourse with Consign. Just need to try and stay above 15 life. Extracting Emrakul takes a lot of power out of the deck. Not a great draw. I want to be able to interact if I have to. It's very important. Are they going for it again? No, it's a Ponder. That's fine. Tropical Island always makes me a little nervous, though. It's not for Eureka anymore. It's for Veil of Summer, which is quite good against us. They don't shuffle, but I'm getting to untap, which gives me Consign and Pyroblast. Ooh, Force of Will, that's nice. The goal of Surgical is to defang. If I can get Show and Tell out of the deck, it's pretty good. It's a little better to get Sneak Attack out, but it's a lot easier to extract Show and Tell for obvious reasons like Pyroblast, and the very fact that it is a sorcery goes a long way. That was a good draw. Alright, Thoughtseize you. Force of Will. I'll pitch Consign. It's a little Cavalier. They'll Force. Now I'll Red Blast their Force. I have to know what's going on in there. And if they fight even more, they're kind of running out of cards to combo with. Yeah, we'll take Sneak Attack and extract it. On their draw step. Another Veil Summer is scary though. Play around days. I'm below 15 now. They drew Flooded Strand, okay. So, yeah, 4 Show and Tells to fight through. Looks pretty chill. That Mistrized Village is also tough. Alright, play Narset. They'll Veil, probably trying to stop it. What did they draw? Brainstorm? another Veil. We're in there. I really need this to hit, so try and set it up. Spin the Delta. Activate. Take Brainstorm, I think. Or hold on. I think I take Edict, right? No. No, I think I take Consign. Yeah. That's better than all of them. Mistrise Village. Pass. Cool. They could have show and tell the tracks in there and it would have been pretty bad. Now we have Force, but it's not really going to do very good against that Mistrise Village. Take Kaito. Cast it. Now I'm ready for Emrakul, but I'm shields down to an Atraxa trigger for one turn. And they're 3 mana short from casting Omniscience, which is kind of crazy. Now I have Edict. Feel pretty rolled up. Hitting like a truck. Drawing tons of cards. Making land drops. Top. Don't have to worry about sneak attack. Cantrips are dead. And in the clear for at least another turn. Hit for 4. Do the thing. Bowmasters, I guess, speeds this up. Marginally. The next spell you cast this turn can't be countered. Carpeted Flowers, you got it. They get quite a bit of mana off that. They get 3. The missing 3 for their Omniscience. But if they want to do it uncounterably, they'll need an extra 2 after that. Play Bowmasters. Then this will turn off Ancient Tomb. So that's pretty good. Let me see if there are more Bowmasters. Okay, yeah, let's try and end it right now. Yeah. Alright, sweet. We got super lucky in game 1, and then game 2 was a more normal match versus, or game versus show and tell. So yeah, didn't even have to play game 3. That's pretty lucky way to start off this league. So cool, I'll take it. All right, here. Second match, probably the last one for the night, to be honest. I'll probably pick this up tomorrow. Opponent's taking a mulligan. I'll keep this Forced Thoughtseize hand. Seems pretty good, as long as I survive. And that's a Misty Rainforest, so I feel like I probably will. Volcanic Island, Tamiyo. I mean, that's pretty good. Urza's Bauble. So I'm guessing this is a deck with Quarry Steel Cutter. Let's Thoughtseize. They'll Daze. I'll let it go. Narset is a decent check to Tamiyo, and so is a Daze in its own way. Like, they're not going to be cracking clues next turn or anything, but they will get them, and this game will go long, so it's really not nothing. If they Brainstorm, it's a relief in a weird way, because they won't get more clues. Ponder. Oh, I missed something at some point. Oh yeah, the Bauble trigger, duh. It's funny how your mind tricks you in funny little ways. My own Tamiyo is not bad here. Certainly run it out. I have a Brainstorm as well, but like, maybe if I draw a land, I think I'd rather put Kaito in. Tamiyo's going up. They have a Wasteland. Quarry Steel Cutter, I gotta force that. Oh god. So if I Cling first to see if I draw a land, it opens me up to Daze. If I don't keep Brainstorm, I might not find that land in time to cast Narset. It's all pretty bad. I gotta choose between Narset and Kaito right now, and I think it should be Narset, I think. It really should be. What if they just don't have Daze, though? They might not. I'm not protecting Narset with this Quarry Steel Cutter around. Is Narset in general just kind of flimsy and hard to bank on that sticking around? It feels like the most realistic way to address this Tamiyo Ultimate, though. Is that even true, though? What a tough spot. Comment below, tell me which one you would pitch to force a will. I'm going to pitch Kaito. And then I'll cling Ponder. Thoughtseize, oh no. Come on, give me that land. Shoot. Bowmasters is enough of a check, I guess. But it seems like they'll have a way to deal with it, you know? Cast Brainstorm. And then I guess put Murktide and Ponder back. Maybe not in that order. Maybe in this order. Alright, well plus. I should Thoughtseize now. Take Force of Will. They'll draw. Bobble. I guess if they activate the Bobble... Oh, I think they drew a fetch land. Yeah, I can take some pressure off. And then if they force my Bowmasters somehow, I can shuffle and look for like an emergency Brainstorm or a Lightning Bolt or something. But yeah, play Bowmasters. Okay, we're in there. Ping, ping. And then, do I draw Murktide? I don't think so. Oh, they have Wasteland, though. I mean, I could just get an island. It's really not that big a deal. Nice. Okay. Play Delta. Get Brainstorm. Yeah. Cast it. Yikes. Put those back. Okay. Bolt my Bowmasters. That could have been worse. Unholy Heat my Tamiyo. You know, I kind of accept all of this. And what's the last card? Preordain. What do they do? One top, one bottom. Well, that's kind of scary. I'm going to top literally anything with Undercity Sewers. I mean, yeah. I would just top that. Play Narset. Activate. I guess take Shieldred's Edict. If they make any kind of an attempt on Narset, I'll bolt, but I really don't want to. Wow. Well, I really hope your last card is not Daze. Yeah, at that point it makes more sense to get something out of your Tamiyo. Punter will shuffle. Bowmasters. Nice. It took a lot of work, but we got there. Brainstorm. We'll try it. Didn't seem like they had Bolt last turn. Now I feel dumb. It was the third Lightning Bolt, to be fair. Okay. No Murktide this turn is nice. Now I can activate this Clue token at long last. Kolaghan's Command is nice. I want my Tamiyo back. Have them discard. And hit for 3. It's not nothing. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Core Steel Cutter. The virtual card advantage is astonishing. I'm always blown away. No attack. Oh my god. Too big for Unholy Heat. That's more like it. Doesn't usually turn into such a sub-game, though, about Tamiyo. I feel like most of the time I'm just trying to keep up with the card advantage that Core Steel Cutter generates, which is not easy. It also feels like Red Blast is not that good against the deck, since Core Steel Cutter is the thing you want to fight the most. And it's the reason why this is the only Delver deck I leave in 4 Force of Wills against. Baraglyph is kind of hands down your best card. It's not even close. I think that's why I leave in Thoughtseize too, because I don't play Hydroblast. Kolaghan's Command is like fine, but still kind of on the sketchier side of ways to deal with it. Fatal Push never feels good, but they do play Dragon's Rage Channeler, so maybe I'll bring in like one Fatal Push, and then we do want to respect Red Blast to the extent that they'll have some copies, so big blue spells are not at their best here. It's hard to part with Murktide Regent though, but it's potentially a bad trade. Brazen Barber has a lot more potential for getting a 2-for-1, along with every blue card I'm leaving in that's not Force of Will or Cantrip. Y'all know what I mean. And that Spell Bomb, I want to see a little bit more first. This hand seems really good. Preordain. No Tamiyo this time. It's a relief. Thoughtseize you. Take Corey Steelcutter. It's not even close. It's not even close. Ponder. Hope they don't find another one. They don't shuffle. I mean, I do have Kolaghan's Command, and they just ran out the Bauble, which is like what goes along with Corey Steelcutter. What can I get them to use this Red Blast on so I can use Tamiyo? I can't think of anything. Maybe I should just run Tamiyo out and then let them Red Blast and then maybe use Kaito on the hard cast. It also makes another mode for Kolaghan's Command. Oh, I can't do that. This needs to be a mountain. Alright, well I just played around Stifle. Yep, that's what I did. Clear reason I should be going to bed. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Jeez. I want to bolt Tamiyo, but that will give them Delirium. I think I'm just gonna have to believe that I can survive this. Yeah. Edict Creature. Oh, and I just made a huge mistake. They could have wastelanded my Delta and then dazed. Alright, play Tamiyo. Hopefully it means they don't do much beyond just red blasting next turn. Yep. Oh, they have another one. That's pretty good. Man, we're going toe-to-toe here. Real toe-to-toe. Yep, that's pretty good. So is Ponder. I think that's entirely acceptable. They put a card on top. Do you think it's an instant? I don't think it is. I think I'm going to poach it. And I guess regrow Tamiyo, raise dead Tamiyo. I think it's a threat. In fact, I'm almost certain it's a threat. I think that's the only thing they would top deck here. Oh, it was Pyroblast? Wow. I guess that's a fair thing to hold on to. Alright. Let's do this. I'll force your next play and then hopefully just run away with the game. Yes, even that one. Brazen Borrower. That's pretty good too. Red Blast. I mean, that's pretty likely to... Opponent says annoying format. Okay, they're done. Same deck for 20 years. I don't know. I mean, they're playing a lot of new cards. I'm playing some new cards. But I get the frustration sometimes. Cool. So far we've beaten 2 blue-red decks, but on very opposite ends of the strategy spectrum. It doesn't get too much different than Show and Tell and Delver. So I'm feeling pretty good so far, but I think I'm going to get some rest, and I'll pick this up tomorrow. Time for round number 3. Playing against Eleon, who usually plays pretty fast decks. I'm on the play here. But yeah, obviously there's no Force of Will or Thoughtseize here. I don't know, sometimes they play like Nadu. Sometimes they mulligan. I don't know. They're good on 6. I don't anticipate Tamiyo like doing that much for me in the matchup. So I think I'm gonna ponder and not shuffle. Present this bluff. Oh god. Maybe I will shuffle. It's all falling apart. Peat Bog. No one who ever played Peat Bog was up to anything good. Turbo Kaito it is. No one who played Peat Bog was ever up to anything good. What the hell is this? Necrodominance? Is it Necrodom combo? Because if it's value Necrodominance, I think Orcish Bowmasters is the best line. If it's combo Necrodominance, I should probably brainstorm and look for Force of Will. I guess if it's combo Necrodominance, I can try and bolt them with the tendrils on the stack or something dumb like that. I don't know. Nimble Obstructionist. It's close. Narset's also very good. Okay. Put back Tamiyo and Lorien revealed. We'll know instantly what kind of deck this is by how many cards they draw. Just 7. Okay. Cowabunga for me then. Will they have a 7-card hand that wins the game is the real question. Do I bolt them right now? I'm casting Narset next turn. So Well, they might have like Ancient Cellar spawn. Let's look for Force. Bin Snapcaster Mage. They will discard 7. Boggart Trawler, Signaling Shoal, Thoughtseize, Necrodominance. Okay. Yeah, they might have a banger 5-card hand right now. Let's just play Narset. Stem this whole affair. Hopefully they didn't hit what they need and I hit Force of Will. Not quite. I don't know. 5 cards is not that many. Uh-oh. Cellar Spawn? Barragoyf. That one's a little more manageable. But 2 of them? Oh my god. Oh my god. They can pay a life and draw a card, but they do not. Okay. Take... Brainstorm. We're gonna have to take a Barragoyf hit here. Or we might not have to. Put these 2 back. Still no Force of Will is frustrating. Alright, play Tamiyo. I'll chump. Flash in Kaito. Double bolt a Barragoyf. That's the deal. Really normal stuff over here. If I were them, I would be drawing like 1 card per turn. But I get it. Kaito. Tap that down. Double bolt. Folks were stable. It only took 5 land drops and a bunch of extra cards. Yeah, value Necrodom. I do like Fatal Push here. Thoughtseize on the draw seems a little funny. Consigned to Memory can buy you quite a bit of time. And as you saw, all you really need is time. Reanimate. Could be pretty good. They're playing really strong creatures, like Barragoyf. I've also seen versions of this deck with like the One Ring. Cling to Dust is not really fast enough here. Lightning Bolt hits Ancient Cellar spawn, which is usually pretty important. It does not hit Shieldred or Barragoyf most of the time. And yeah, let's also trim one of the Kolaghan's commands until we see something else, like Urza's Saga or something. Force of Will keep. They're also keeping 7, so watch out. Peat Bog. No one who ever played Peat Bog was up to anything good. Brazen Borrower is also very annoying for Necrodominance. They spend a lot of resources getting it out. Yep, I mean, this is exactly what worked last time, pretty much. Tapped Boggart Bog. They're taking it slow. Alright. Pass the turn. No Bowmasters. Swamp. Duras. I've got a couple forces. Frankly, I've got all kinds of annoying stuff. They take Narset. What if I just go Barragoyf, try to win from there? I probably should not draw the Kolaghan's command, I think. Let's see if they have Bowmasters. You are free to cast those. I think I'll just take the damage. Put Barragoyf in the way. Put back Tamiyo Kolaghan's command. Or hold on, I want double force. So put back Kolaghan's command. Maybe I'll just redraw Bowmasters. Sure. That 4/4 army is no match for my future 4/5 Barragoyf. Okay, no Dark Ritual. You know the card. Shadow of Doubt. There's an expiration point on their mana. Cabal Ritual resolves. Ancient Cellar spawn. Ooh, it's an engine. It also puts enchantment in the graveyard. I'm going to force. Blue card. Fatal Push is not bad either. Push. Bowmasters. Get a nice big Barragoyf Kraken. And hope they don't have the Long Goodbye, but I think they would have used that last turn. Let's flip the 6. Miss. Okay, their mana is solid enough here. The One Ring, Force of Will. And that's all I got. 2 cards left over there. It's like fetch land, fatal push. Insane draws can never beat this. We're styling today and yesterday. Yeah. I'll finish this league off when I get home from work. Okay, here we go. Match 4. I'm on the play with a Thoughtseize. Can we keep the streak alive? Who dares challenge me and all that? I don't have a brainstorm in my hand, so and there's really no punish to get a basic swamp with this hand. Look at it. It's incredibly black. And if I can look more like some crazy deck, I'll do it. Whoa. Looks like we're up against Classic Reanimator, and we're not really prepared to do that unless they make moves towards Grizzlebrand and it doesn't work out. I think Entomb is like the most live agent here, but it's all pretty bad. I could take Dark Ritual to make sure they don't do too much next turn, but I think Entomb is like the most dangerous card in that hand. But it's a pretty Thoughtseize-proof hand. We're hoping for just the old Faithless Looting pass here. I played a deck like this recently for the channel, but it did not have Faithless Looting in it. Okay, we see Archon and Chancellor of the Annex hit the bin, so this is like classic. And is it Shallow Grave? No, it's Animate Dead. That's terrible. Discard Kolaghan's Command. And they'll Thoughtseize me. They'll probably take Baleful Strix, even though it's really no good here. Maybe they'll take Bowmasters, I don't know. We don't have many outs. It's like Brazen Borrower is the best draw, and then past that, Shieldred's Edict is like, okay. Force of Will, right on time. Yeah, I think discarding Bowmasters is the way to go here. And then I'll have one more shot at literally anything. While also having a Force of Will to prevent them from doing more messed up stuff. Grizzlebrand. Alright. I could Island Cycle to make it a little more likely for me to hit. Yeah, because this force doesn't matter anyways if I miss. Alright. Kaito. So close. So if I had played towards a different game, deployed Bowmasters, discarded Force of Will, I could have locked down the Archon of Cruelty, but it's really, really hard to play towards that rather than an out. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have counted Kaito as an out, because I had the land right there. Yeah, I'm willing to admit I screwed that up. Okay, down a game against Classic Reanimator, as it should be. Hull is right in the world. I'll take Opposition Agent and another Thoughtseize too. Don't think I want Barrogoyf. I'll keep like 2 Lightning Bolts, and then the final cut could be maybe another Lightning Bolt. I'll see if they transition onto creatures, but in general, we're pretty well set up for that. Keep this. They're also keeping 7. I'm not used to Classic Reanimator keeping 7. It's pretty nutso. Alright, we'll take Thoughtseize. And hopefully they draw Dark Ritual and just totally extend into this. Not yet. Cast Ponder. Consign is very good. As is Brainstorm. I want to draw Brainstorm. So I foresee them entombing and then casting Animate Dead. I'll consign that trigger, and then they'll just kind of be hanging out. Verdant Catacombs, Lotus Petal, still one unknown over there. I hope it's not Unmask or something. Or I guess Unmask. Yeah, they could pitch Entomb and be pretty happy with that. Alright, so that resolves. And then cast Consign to Memory there. They still have this Archon just hanging out in the graveyard, which is pretty intimidating. I mean, something I could do is just cast Murktide Regent as a 6/6, have a 3-turn clock, but with only Force of Will to back it up. It seems really flimsy. Okay, Cling to Dust makes this a whole lot better. Bloodstained Mire. Thoughtseize is pretty annoying. I could just force. They have Entomb and one unknown. I don't hate it. But also if they lost 2 life. Like, what do they even take out of this hand? I think they will take Murktide, which I guess is fine. I'm getting impatient. Okay, they're taking Force. Do they have a pivot? I mean, that would require them to have a monster in hand. Okay, well, that's pretty good. I'll take Reanimate. Reanimate your Archon. Cool. Now we're on the draw, which is not good. I don't think it gets much better than this, though. Every blue card is in. 2 surgical extractions. We'll have to hope maybe they won't keep 7 this time. But it's very much... This is like the OG Oops-All spells. For those who weren't playing Legacy when this deck was a true menace. Sometimes they just have completely busted hands of like turn 1 huge monster with discard spell backing it up. Sometimes they just have it. I got a surgical extraction. I'll keep. They have a Chancellor though. God damn it. Do they also have Dark Ritual? Okay, that's good. As long as they also don't have like Lotus Petal. Shit. I mean, I do have the Brazen Borrower this time, but... Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this is okay as well. They just discarded another Lotus Petal. Okay, I think we're getting away with something here. Literally saw my laugh flash before my eyes. Another petal and pass. All right. Can't fetch until I play another land because of Shallow Grave. Even though Shallow Grave wouldn't be the end of the world here. Just don't want to give them that. All right. I guess I'll cast Ponder here. Pay for Chancellor. And yeah, we'll keep. Probably don't need to draw Baleful Strix though. Snap Surgical is where it's at. Entomb, 2 cards left. Exhume could be a problem here. I'd rather them have an Archon than Grizzlebrand. They still don't have it. There's a stop on my draw. I need to start doing something. Yeah, you can do that. I'm not going to Bowmasters until I'm mega sure. I also feel like Chancellor of the Annex was the OG Troll of Khazad-dûm. Just like a utility creature that you really wouldn't mind if you had to reanimate it. Because it's pretty backbreaking. Okay, now I have Force of Will as well. So that means I can deploy Kaito against their 2-card hand. I'm going to keep Bowmasters established though. Hopefully hit a land as well. No. Been them both. Cling. They still don't have it. I wonder what's in their hand. Yeah, they'll just concede. It doesn't get better for them. They had a window though, Jesus. But, I mean, I get keeping that hand since you had Chancellor and Faithless Looting, probably Lotus Petal. I get it. I'm up for a trophy. Alright, I guess I'll just go for it. Alright, here we go. Trophy round. Winning the die roll with a Force of Will. The 3 lands we have are kind of funny. Double basic swamp. Maybe not what you'd really hope for, but I think we'll be okay. I do want to hide this Kaito. Yeah, maybe it'd be nice to have option to shuffle at some point. But you never want Cling to Dust to be too far away. Not in this meta. Cloud Post. Oh boy. Yep. They're not going to make this easy for us. Well, we know what we need to do. Super aggressive Kaito here. Glimmer Post is not making this easy either. Rather nasty card. I feel like I'm going to need more firepower to get through this. Alright, they almost did something. Then they stopped. Maybe they have Kozilek's Command. They can't exile Bowmasters yet. I'm going to suck Bowmasters back to my hand. Because I'm just forcing the One Ring next turn anyways. Guess I'm just looking for like lightning bolts and more Force of Wills at this point. It's kind of funny. Yeah, that's fine. 0 top, 1 bottom is nice. Lightning bolt is nice. Yeah, we'll go top, top. I'd much rather pitch Lorien Revealed than Brainstorm, I think. Ooh, Soporific Springs? Okay, I was not expecting this to be the blue version. But I guess the blue version is kind of popular right now. I guess that just means I get some red blasts I can bring in as well. 1 Price of Progress. Meltdown's probably not the greatest. They paid 3 life for that Springs as well, so that's very good. I think I need to knock that spawn out of the way. Okay, never mind. Kind of solved itself there. And then, yeah, that's fine. Interesting play. Maybe they're just cycling it so they don't get the Bowmaster punish. Dropping another sink. Alright. Even though plussing will deal 1 more point of damage, drawing cards is also important. Alright, let's ditch Cling and also Brainstorm. And then cast Brainstorm. Another bolt is what I was looking for. I guess I can put Cling to Dust back. I think my mana is pretty much spoken for the rest of the game. I kind of just need to force their next play and get over the line next turn. I need them to not have another Glimmer Post. Stock ups are totally fine. Can live with stock up. Chalice on 1? Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess I'll Force a Will. It worked. Bowmasters. They appear to be F6'd. Could have sworn this deck also plays Force a Will, but maybe not. And we're up a game. Up a game against Blue Post, which is not an easy matchup. This league has been flying by. I mean, it helps that we played against some pretty linear decks. Sneak and Show, Black Stompy, Black Red Reanimator, and then Delver was in there too. But yeah, I think this is going to be the shortest video on the channel. Thinking about it, like all the games have been extremely short. Get some good permission post side, and then not sure about opposition agent. Green Post relies on cards like Crop Rotation. Blue Post not so much. They get their consistency from stock up. The One Ring, of course, draws so many cards that it's kind of impossible to not get what you need. I'll take Price. I don't know if I want Meltdown. Baraglyph is pretty bad against Kozilek's Command, which is almost certainly a 4 of. Reanimate is not great. Can trim a Badlands. As you saw, we operate on like pretty low resources in this matchup. We don't want the game to go too long. If that was the case, I'd bring in something like From the Catacombs, which is also pretty bad against Kozilek's Command. There's a lot of problems in this matchup. Do Cling to Dust's out. Is a 60 card deck. I wonder. Should I bring in a third Thoughtseize? Is it better than Baleful Strix? Probably. It depends. Like, you do want to see it early on. Maybe on the play. Alright. I mean, it looks good to me. They don't really go off super hard turn 1. But they have Devourer of Destiny? That is honestly surprising. So it's Blue Post, but it also has Eldrazi? And they just exiled Karn, Tower, and Kozilek's Command. This is like a different deck. Not what I was expecting. Glimmer Post. Hate it. Sorcerer Spyglass. They could name Bloodstained Mire here. That's pretty brutal. What can you do? I could also counter that, but that feels like just terrible. I'm gonna bin Red Blast. Who knows, the next time I'll have red mana. Swordfish Spyglass. That is a real throwback. I feel like most people are on Disruptor Flute these days. Damn. I wish I played Bloodstained Mire instead. But you don't expect stuff like that. Bolt. Tough. I feel much wind being taken from my sails. I'm not going to fight over Chalice. They don't have a land? Alright. Let's get after it, I guess. Force a will. Might as well play it out. Interesting that they... Oh, I guess they didn't exile every card. So there was a card they wanted more than Urza's Tower in there. Maybe it's just another Urza's Tower. Ooh, that's good. I think I'm still going to hold these up. They're really choked on mana. Now they have 3 mana, but it doesn't seem insane. That was a great draw. And every point of damage counts, so let's do that. Bin Bolt. Take Snapcaster Mage. Or I should be looking for a land, shouldn't I? Another force is not bad. I guess I'll play out this Bloodstained Mire too. Maybe I'll actually deal with that Spyglass at some point. Oh god. Now I'm super punished for going shields down. I'm gonna lose Kaito. That's pretty much all they had to draw. Knew it wasn't gonna be that easy. Yep. Force your Ugin. And I'll have to deal with Devourer afterwards. And now they actually have the mana to do all the stuff. So yeah, Price of Progress would be good. Another Kaito is nice, but it will just get exiled. So I think I need to be patient, which is rough. Alright. We'll replicate twice. Because the first copy will get countered by Chalice. And we'll go same targets for that one. Alright. Blue card would be nice. Well, there's Price. We're very close. As long as Ugin doesn't gain life. It feels like we're in something of the clear here. Blue card? Hell yeah. We did it. Bin Tarn. Keep Ponder. Force anything you do. Hopefully you play a land that's not Glimmer Post. Actually, I don't think I will force anything you do. And I should have kept that Scalding Tarn too. Karn resolves. Right? I think so. What do they go for? Obviously if they get Lattice, I'll have to do something. Ensnaring Bridge? They have 3 cards in hand. What's the deal? If they play a land after this, I can just Price of Progress. Okay. That's 5 non-basics by my count. And 1 more Bloodstained Mire for good measure. Ah, man. What a streak. What a streak. And it's put us in the 3rd place in the trophy race even. Oh, man. Sorry the video is so short this week. But it was a full league. And I don't think the matches were bad or anything. I think it was just a really short league. That was crazy. I'm kind of speechless. But, I mean, similar to the other videos the past 4 or 5 weeks, however long this trophy streak has been going on Fridays, the new card I try out every single time never has, like, that much to do with the success. Murktide, Fatal Push, Ethereal Forager. It's just such a mystery. I think I'll have to go back to like Waterlogged Teachings or something next week, another mana source, to see if the consistency helps. Maybe that's what I should be looking at more. The amount of mulligans, the amount of keeps, the average hand, how many lands are in it, etc., etc. It might be time to get super granular because it does not appear to matter all that much what the 60th card is, as long as there's some synergy and it's helping the plan along in some way or another. It's clear the core of the deck is working very well. We're taking on tons of different strategies in tons of different ways. Everything feels pretty good. Didn't get to showcase Blue-Black Reanimator this week, unfortunately. I've been hoping to do that every week, although it is on the Patreon, so I guess I did. Yeah. Damn. That was insane. A fast and furious league for everyone that we only dropped one game against OG Reanimator. So, yeah. Thanks for coming along on this wild ride again. Like, comment, subscribe. You all know that good stuff. Check out the Patreon. Don't sleep on this deck. It can take so many different stances. I believe it is a control deck at its heart, but yeah, it can do a lot of stuff. All right. I'll see you next time.